What is good, YouTube gang? Today we're going to be talking about one of the newest developments in the Thai bank freeze that's happening. Thailand has been in the process of freezing thousands of bank accounts every week. This is one of the biggest crackdowns in Thailand's history when it comes to attacking, scamming, networking bank accounts. But the thing about it is it's actually affecting everyday people, Thai people, and including you as a foreigner when you come over here. So today we're breaking down what to do, why it matters, and what to do if you get caught on one of these bank freezes. But quick note before we get into the video, if you are interested in moving to Thailand and maybe having some money in your bank account when you move out here, then one of the best things you can do is get remote work. And the best field that offers that is the tech field. And luckily for you, I offer one-on-one coding mentorships. I have about 15 years of coding experience. I've worked in various jobs in the tech field, anything from a junior software engineer to a senior principal software engineer, which is basically the highest you can get. So if you're interested in having money when you move out here, having remote work so that we can stay in Thailand permanently, then make sure to check the link in the description below and sign up now. So the various crackdowns that we're seeing actually tie back heavily to scam networks that are located inside of Cambodia, Laos, or Myanmar, where inside these countries there's a large number of scam compounds ran by militia/crime groups and also trafficked workers that usually come from Facebook scams. So basically what they will do is they'll post a Facebook job listing saying, hey, we'll pay you some ridiculous amount of money if you move over to Laos and work in our facility, and they'll offer them like work from home or hybrid work or anything like that. Basically good incentives for Thai people to want to move. And then once actually being them, they will put them in the compound and basically prevent them from leaving long term and essentially traffic them into being full-time workers. So currently UN estimates about 20,000 people have been trapped into these scam network compounds. And per year, they generate about 40 to 50 billion USD, and most of this money actually flows through the Thai bank account system. And the method in which that happens by is usually this is done by Thai people themselves. So what I mean by that is for example, the scam networks will get Thai people involved by having them push the money through their Thai bank accounts to then be pushed to their main bank account. And this is how Thai accounts get involved in this process and why Thai people are directly being affected themselves. And because of various pressures from the UN, as well as other national bodies, Thailand has been forced to act because Thailand has become a financial hub for how these scam networks actually operate. So what these criminal organizations do is they actually pay Thai people about 5,000 baht to open up Thai bank accounts for them. Then from there, these bank accounts receive stolen funds from these scams. So obviously, for example, say you run a business in Thailand and you have workers, a lot of times even Thai businesses themselves are being unknowingly hit by maybe having various bank accounts that they receive various payments from for different services that they may provide. And even more so, one of the major problems is actually it's hurting Thai people themselves. So I actually know people personally right now that have had their bank accounts frozen for upwards of 20 days just to once again unknowingly receiving these funds on an open account they had. This is why if you live here or you're coming here as an expat, please do not open accounts for anybody else because those accounts can be frozen and then that can affect your visa status as well. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you haven't already, you should definitely make sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Come on, do it. It's not gonna hurt you. Anyways, back to the video. Hi. Someone is jamming right now, bro. So these crackdowns have been making progress, but not without some problems. So for example, within the first 2 days of the crackdown, about 1,300 accounts were flagged with only 30 actually being frozen. That means that majority of the accounts that were flagged are actually faulty accounts, meaning that they did not need to be frozen in the first place. Meaning that innocent people had their accounts frozen for upwards of 20 days without any way to access their money or receive new funds. And you can imagine as an expat that is very, very detrimental and can cause even various issues such as you not being able to pay your rent. Now banks have had a hotline too to fast try to get your bank unfrozen, but as with all things in Thailand, as you can imagine, these services are working okay at best. And from my experience talking to various people that live in Phuket, for the most part, these services do not work. And if you do call, your issue will not be fast-tracked. It will go at the same pace as everyone else that is inside the queue. So one major issue this has caused specifically for foreigners is that a lot of vendors have now gone back to cash-only payments. And you can imagine as a foreigner, it's much easier to do electronic payments through something called Wise, which by the way, if you do not have Wise, I have an affiliate link down below where you can have free electronic payments with no international fee, no matter what country you come from. Definitely make sure to check it out. And if you're with Wise, if you take out money from your bank account via an ATM, you do not get charged, international fees at least. But you can imagine as a foreigner, getting cash out from the bank is not only very tedious, but very difficult. And also you are charged every time you do upwards of 250 baht. Another issue as well is that accounts can be frozen without any sort of court order. Essentially, your account once flagged can be frozen by your bank without any judgment from any sort of judge. And as you could imagine, this caused a lot of accounts to be flagged for little to no reason or without proper information. And this has raised a lot of concerns from not only Thai people, but foreigners about the method in which these banks are taking to operate and do this crackdown, as well as Thailand as a whole when it comes to policy regarding freezing accounts and crackdowns such as this. So even though most expats aren't specifically the target for these crackdowns as they don't have Thai bank accounts, still expats themselves are not safe. And the reason why I would say most expats aren't specifically the target of these crackdowns is that currently Thailand is not allowing most expats on most visa types to actually gain access to a Thai bank account, like they were a couple months ago. But in case you are a foreigner with a bank account that does get flagged, which is definitely something that will more than likely happen, how do you go about actually protecting yourself and your account so that we can have access to your funds while you're here? So the easiest way to do this is by visiting your bank regularly with your bank book and passport, and that way you can prove your identity and the reason why you're here. Generally, it is even a good idea to bring kind of a promissory note to show exactly what you're doing here and what business that you hold here. Generally, this will make it to where they understand why you're here and they will usually unfreeze your account within the day. Now, what to do if your account has already been flagged and even more specifically frozen? Then you need to head to your bank right away with your bank book as well and your passport and your documentation to show your visa and why you're here. In general, having regular communication with your bank as far as how you're making money, how you're generating funds, is going to help keep your account from being flagged currently or even in the future. So what can we take away from this about Thailand when it comes to policies and enacting operations? Well, in general, Thailand is very unreliable and tends to flip-flop between policy all the time. Specifically in this situation, when it comes to freezing bank accounts, there's no judgment that needs to be passed by a court-appointed judge as far as if a specific account can be frozen or not. That means that essentially everyone that has an account can be frozen at any moment for really any reason without any proper research or understanding behind funds in that account are being generated. And what that also tells us is that Thailand tends to rush policy. It tends to put out very quickly without much thought as far as how it's going to affect people on a day-to-day basis. So if you're coming over to Thailand as a foreigner, I would suggest one, not getting a Thai bank account currently right now, because once again, that account can be frozen at any given time for any reason without any need for a court order. So that makes it extremely liable if you have an account here that those funds can be frozen very quickly. Also, if you are Thai or foreigner, and you have a Thai bank account, it is advised that you get a bank account that is international or at least not a Thai specific bank account. For instance, for me, I have two bank accounts. I have one with a company called Wise, which is an international bank account, which I use for all my transactions on a day-to-day basis. And then I also have a Ghana bank account, and then last I have a US bank account. So I push my funds in any one of these three bank accounts at any given time. And I do have a Thai bank account, but after understanding the circumstance, I actually took all the money out of my Thai bank account immediately because of the risk that it can be frozen at a given time. Yeah, excuse me, sorry. Two flies are literally f***ing on my camera right now. Like, yo, it's wild as And last word, make sure to have cash when you come to Thailand. Even if you're visiting or currently staying here, one of the best things you can do is have cash right now, because most vendors, and I can tell you from my own personal experience, are still taking QR code payments, but it's a lot less than before. And now most of them are currently switching over to cash related payments as the crackdown happens, and most people don't have access to their Thai bank accounts, including businesses. And if you do that, I guarantee you can prevent yourself from having a lot of problems when you come over here, making purchases and having fun and enjoying your stay in Thailand. And as always, that ends it for today, guys. If you guys want videos on Thailand, why not check out the video on my left? Or maybe you're more interested in other stuff about Thailand. Well, in that case, why not check out the video on my right? Either case, I'll see you guys next time. Wah!